Greetings, I'm Enigmadness, your narrator on this dark odyssey through the most enigmatic tales. Join me as we delve into the hidden chronicles behind the top 10 most terrifying horror movies based on real events, where the darkness of reality collides with the realm of nightmares. 1. The Exorcist. Based on the real-life exorcism of Roland Doe, The Exorcist tells the chilling tale of a young girl possessed by a malevolent entity. Roland Doe's case involved a series of exorcisms performed by Catholic priests in the late 1940s, which reportedly inspired the novel and subsequent film. The film's impact on popular culture was profound, sparking renewed interest in exorcism and the occult. Can you imagine the terror of facing such malevolent forces firsthand? 2. The Conjuring. Based on the real-life investigations of paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren, The Conjuring plunges us into the terrifying journey of the Perron family as they confront demonic forces in their new home. The Warrens were involved in numerous high-profile cases, including the haunting of the Perron family in Rhode Island and the Amityville Horror case. Their work laid the foundation for modern paranormal research and inspired a cinematic universe of horror. Would you dare to confront the unknown alongside the Warrens? 3. The Amityville Horror. Inspired by paranormal events that allegedly occurred in the Lutz family home in Amityville, the film takes us on a harrowing journey where a family battles dark forces after moving into a house with a sinister past. The alleged haunting of the Lutz family in Amityville gained widespread media attention in the 1970s, with reports of paranormal activity and supernatural phenomena. Despite skepticism surrounding the case, it remains one of the most famous haunted house stories in history. Can you imagine living in a house plagued by malevolent spirits, feeling their presence lurking in every shadow? 4. The Silence of the Lambs. Although not based on specific real events, The Silence of the Lambs is inspired by various serial killers, challenging FBI agent Clarice Starling to delve into the twisted mind of Dr. Hannibal Lecter to catch another killer. The film's portrayal of psychopathy and criminal profiling drew inspiration from real-life cases, including those of Ted Bundy and Ed Gein. Its psychological depth and chilling performances have made it a classic in the horror genre. What would it be like to face off against a brilliant yet deranged killer? 5. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Loosely inspired by the crimes of Ed Gein, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre follows a group of friends who encounter a family of cannibals in rural Texas. Ed Gein, also known as the Butcher of Plainfield, inspired numerous horror films with his gruesome crimes, including the creation of human skin masks and furniture. While the film takes creative liberties with the source material, its gritty realism and visceral terror have made it a cult classic. Can you imagine the terror of being hunted by a family of deranged killers? 6. The Blair Witch Project. Inspired by urban legends of the Blair Witch, the Blair Witch Project presents a found-footage horror film that follows 3 student filmmakers who venture into the Maryland woods to investigate the legend. The film's marketing campaign blurred the lines between fiction and reality, adding to its mystique and terrifying audiences with its immersive storytelling. The raw and realistic portrayal of fear and desperation has cemented its status as a pioneering film in the found-footage genre. Can you imagine being lost in the woods, pursued by an unseen force with no hope of escape? 7. Psycho. Loosely inspired by the crimes of Ed Gein, Psycho follows Marion Crane as she checks into the Bates Motel, only to encounter its disturbed owner, Norman Bates. Ed Gein's gruesome crimes, including grave robbing and the creation of human skin suits, served as inspiration for the character of Norman Bates. Psycho revolutionized the horror genre with its psychological depth and shocking twists, leaving a lasting legacy in cinema. What would it be like to stay in a motel run by a deranged killer? 8. The Exorcism of Emily Rose. Based on the real-life exorcism of Anneliese Michel, The Exorcism of Emily Rose explores the legal and spiritual ramifications of her tragic ordeal. Anneliese Michel's case gained international attention in the 1970s when she underwent a series of exorcisms in Germany. The controversial nature of her case sparked debates about mental illness, religious fervor, and the supernatural, making it one of the most notorious exorcism cases in history. Can you imagine witnessing a real exorcism and grappling with the complexities of faith and doubt? 9. The Haunting in Connecticut. Based on the real-life experiences of the Snedeker family, The Haunting in Connecticut takes us into the depths of horror as the family battles supernatural forces in their new home. The Snedeker family claim to have experienced terrifying phenomena, including ghostly apparitions and unexplained noises, after moving into a former funeral home in Connecticut. Their harrowing ordeal became the basis for books, documentaries, and films, cementing their place in paranormal lore. What would it be like to live in a house haunted by restless spirits? 10. It. Based on the Stephen King novel, It introduces us to Pennywise, the dancing clown, a malevolent entity that terrorizes the town of Derry, Maine, preying on children's fears. The story follows a group of childhood friends who reunite as adults to confront the demonic entity that haunted their past. Based on the real-life crimes of serial killer John Wayne Gacy, Gacy delves into the chilling story of a man who masqueraded as a friendly neighborhood clown while committing heinous acts of violence. John Wayne Gacy, also known as the Killer Clown, preyed on young boys in the Chicago area, luring them to his home under the guise of entertainment before assaulting and murdering them. The film explores the dark and twisted mind of a serial killer, exposing the horrors that lurk beneath the facade of innocence. Can you imagine the terror of encountering a seemingly harmless clown who harbors unspeakable evil within? Can you imagine the horror of encountering a sinister clown that feeds on your deepest fears, lurking in the shadows of your hometown? And thus concludes this captivating yet terrifying journey through the top 10 horror movies based on real events. Each film we've explored has roots in reality, tapping into our deepest fears and darkest nightmares. As you immerse yourself in these chilling tales, remember that the line between fact and fiction is often blurred, leaving us to question what lies beyond the realm of our understanding. If you've enjoyed this spine-tingling experience and crave more tales of terror, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to join us on our next journey into the unknown. Until next time, brave souls.